Hello, everyone. This is Abstruse, and we have the chairman of the African People Revolutionary Party on Instagram. Check it out. Great material. A lot of videos on the ancestor Kwame Ture. And it is a leftist political party. And right now, our topic is the agenda of the APRP, African People's Revolutionary Party, with the Panther Party model. We're going over the 10-point program. We already went through 1 through 5. Isn't that crazy? And as a cliffhanger, we've been letting y'all hang for a week or two. And now we're on to 6 and the others. So the 6th point is we want completely free healthcare for all Black and oppressed people. Uh, Go ahead, Kwame. Take it from there.
I mean, healthcare for all Black and oppressed people. Yes, we do need healthcare for all Black and oppressed people, but we just need healthcare for anybody that, period. Like, that shouldn't even be an issue. I mean, the problem with this is that we send people to school thinking that when they go to school to be doctors and lawyers is to make a whole bunch of money. And the problem is that they get out of these institutions and they only think about making money and not helping people. They say, "Oh, I'm here to help people," but why don't you do it for free? And so now we have to look at these doctors and ask them, "Are you really here for the people, or are you here for the paycheck?" Then you have the industry that makes it seem like you have to pay for the health care when you should be getting it for free, like these hospitals. If you go in the hospital, you you take an ambulance there. The ambulance is damn near as high as the hospital bill. And some hospitals, when you get there, you can't even get treatment if you don't have insurance, unless you wait very long. You got to get approved and all this other stuff. So this free healthcare thing should be definitely universal for everybody, not only colored and oppressed people. But of course, colored and oppressed people first. But everybody should have free healthcare.
Absolutely, right? And we know that, the entire healthcare industry is based on the bottom line profits. It is not about the people. So much so to where they don't even accept natural cures in hospital settings because you can't patent it and make the most profit from it. Capitalism is literally destroying our sense of empathy, our sense of duty to humanity, to one another. And, I don't trust capitalism to give me completely free healthcare because I believe capitalism will cut corners and give me the worst medicine and suggest the worst type of surgeries and whatever will save the most money. What I would trust is a system that is not based on capitalism, that is based on what is needed, what is necessary, and what is the best treatment for the patient between the patient and the doctor. I would trust a system like that, but I would never, ever, ever trust like a reform of hospitals to where they don't hand out bills because at the end of the day, they still operate with, a budget.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
uh,
yeah. We
and,
definitely have to trust a system that's based on humanity
right,
and not based on profits. And in Ready for Revolution, Kwame talks about this because he wanted to be a dentist, and he went to Howard, and he said most of the Negroes that was at Howard at that point in time only really wanted to get a, a job to get money and basically pick up girls. Some of them run around with their lab coats all day. So yeah,
right.
This is the type of people that these institutions breed in, and this is the type of society that they want. But we have to have an anti-capitalist look on things now because capitalism is destroying the way humanity should be. All right.
Yes, I am all right. I apologize for the
It's
interruption.
okay. I
This is
said all
not.
right. I
uh,
know.
so, uh, number seven. Thank you for your insight on that. Number seven is we want an immediate end to police brutality and murder of Black people, other people of color, all oppressed people inside of the United States. Right, and so I think people believe the inception of Black Lives Matter occurred in 2011, but we've been actually campaigning for our own humanity since we freaking got to this continent. We've been campaigning to not be harassed, oppressed, to be treated as humanly as possible since we fucking got since we got here. I apologize for cussing. So you know, Black Lives Matter has never been a one time issue. It's been several lifetimes of several generations of melanated people here in the United States. And, um, you know, I'm kind of tired of begging to be treated like a human and probably would like for to see us stand up for ourselves instead. Any thoughts?
Well, uh, in this book, George Patmore tells you about the toils of Negroes on the continent. In this book, Franz tells us of the toils of the Negroes in Algeria. And this is way before Black Lives Matter. you know, so you're right. We need to get results to these protests and results to what our ancestors have died for and shed their blood for.
Right.
It's because we always go with the mobilization factor and just keep mobilizing and just talking about it and protesting and about it, but we never become organized enough to actually want to achieve change. When this is how we will achieve change for this number seven to stop the murder of our people and the oppression of our people. We have to be organized, but we never really got that from today's leaders, and I because for some apparent reason, I think they're working with the system instead of working against the system.
Right.
They make profit off of people's debt. They profit off of people's pain and suffering, and they also profit off of the system because the system is probably paying them to be like, no, lead them in this way, lead them to mobilize themselves and just revisiting the same issues over and over and not actually getting change and not being satisfied with change, with getting change. Be satisfied with just being in limbo. And this is where we're at right now. We're in limbo after George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, and all the other brothers and sisters that they have killed since then. We keep just talking about, look what they're doing to us. Look what they're doing to us. Oh, defund the police. Did we actually get that? No, we did not. We didn't get anything. So it's on us now to really get this step seven achieved by organizing ourselves.
Absolutely. And the Black Panther Party's model was pick up guns and stand on corners and, you know, I wish a nigga would. Um, I apologize. Throw it in the mix a little bit. So that's what their solution was. I'm not sure if that is feasible for us because they've made laws since then, especially Reagan in California. But those laws are being challenged to this day. The Second Amendment is being reinstated. They allowed handguns to be, owned in Chicago because they were saying that they were outlawing those. So I definitely believe in arming ourselves against danger, and you know it is within our right to protect our neighborhoods, because I remember a Black Panther said this, and I want to say I want to say it's George Jackson, but it could be another one. He said that when you have people in your neighborhood who are armed
Mhm.
and they are not invested in your neighborhood, they don't live in your neighborhood, they don't know the people from your neighborhood, then they're not there to protect you. They're an occupying force.
Mm,
Um, and so um, when you have an occupying force who doesn't care about your children, who doesn't care about your neighborhood in general or the people, then they are not going to have a vested interest in making sure they treat you like the human being that you are. And so I don't think necessarily having more black cops is the solution, but I definitely think people within the neighborhood who have a vested interest within the neighborhood, protecting it outside of the police force is
mm.
a great idea. Um, On to the next topic: foreign policy. This is the only foreign policy on here. It is we want an immediate end to all wars of aggressions. We have been perpetually at war for freaking since, I would say, Bosnia. What would you say? When do you recall us being in a time of peace in the United States? Oh my gosh. It's terrible. It's terrible, right?
um, Even if they're not like openly in war, they're openly doing something to create destabilization somewhere. So that
Absolutely.
is war. So
Absolutely.
no, never, never, and they're still at it right now. We've been in Iraq for how long? I mean Iraq, Afghanistan, and Iraq. This
Afghanistan,
war.
at least since the 70s. Because, like,
Yeah,
Afghanistan is one of those proxy war areas where we've been, like, combating Russia through Afghanistan.
yeah, that's stupid.
Right.
Nobody could control the Afghans.
But that's the key to, well, you already know. You already know about
Yeah,
proxy wars and all, yeah. So
yeah,
we,
but so let's not get distracted off this. Let's not get too far. Um, so just like I think it's the whole part of being anti-imperialist. That's why they said this,
right,
and to stop all this imperialism going around the world, because this is what the United States does. They put bases in other people's countries.
right,
They go ruin people's countries. They go run people's countries. They tell them what they could do and what they cannot do. And so I guess it was that outlook of that, um, by telling them that we see what you're doing, you're destabilizing other people, and in order for us to represent what you should be representing, which is peace, justice, and equality, you need to stop this war. business. But war is big business here.
Absolutely.
Big
Um,
business.
Even in boot camp, one of the required readings is War is a Racket.
Yeah.
Um, and it tells you about how profitable the war machine is, and how the military, benefits from expansion and, you know, especially wars of aggression. Preeminently striking is aggressive. Whether you feel threatened and then you punch someone first, it's you did the first act of aggression. So it's always, uh, I feel
Especially the
like,
first.
right. I feel like you could be pro military and anti imperialist. It's a hard line to toe. I don't believe you can be active duty military and anti imperialist. You
I
kind of
know.
that from the outside. Um, I'm not trying to diss anybody in the military, but
Nah,
yeah, it's tough to say you're for peace and you're in a very non-peaceful organization. Um, but I'm not opposed to violence. I'm opposed to,
Kwame say this
yeah.
about peace.
Hmm.
Peace is uh, peace is a European word, something like that, I believe. And he goes, I look peaceful now, but am I at peace? I can't. I'll repost it, I believe, when I find it. But the concept of like, so, um, she asked him, "Are you at peace, or do you want peace?" And how could we be at peace when they are always constantly attacking us? I believe it was supposed to go like that. But yeah, like peace is a very is only convenient when they use it.
Right.
But yeah,
Absolutely. You know, I saw another quote. It was from a martial artist, and so the he said that, if you are, if you're never going to defend yourself, then you're not peaceful, you're harmless. um so when you think of it from that standpoint, um being peaceful is a choice, right? And so if you choose not to ever assert yourself as a human, then you're not peaceful. You're just harmless. Um, and so, in that manner, I feel like a lot of people are just harmless. They avoid confrontation, they avoid tough conversations, or going up against giants, because they feel like they're Don Quixote chasing windmills. And these windmills are very real. They're really monsters. You guys have to fight them in order to win. And if you're not willing to fight them, then no, you're not peaceful. You're just harmless. Um, and to me, that's the worst thing that we could possibly be. So
mm,
the next one is, we want freedom for all Black and poor oppressed people now held in U.S. federal, state, county, city, military prisons, and jails. We want trials by a jury of peers for all persons charged with crimes. I'm assuming the word is crimes. I apologize. I did not know that it cut off number 9. Um, so what do you have to say about that, Kwame?
Free all the political prisoners. Free all the freedom fighters. Free all the activists that stood up for something right. Stop locking up the people that has manned up. It's like it should do the opposite. The people that take advantage of people and take advantage of nature should be the ones in jail. But yet they lock up the people that speak out about it. So of course these people need to be freed. No, uh, no trials redone because it was wrong. Wrong is wrong. That's wrong. And in this new society, when wrong is wrong, that's the type of society you have to build, not the type of wrong where it's only wrong for you because you're white, or it's only wrong for, for you because you're poor. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah, we definitely need to free all our political prisoners that have been locked up by this evil system.
Absolutely. Um, and I'm more of I am more of the rehabilitation of people and not the
Incarceration.
yeah. I like like a parent, right? Typically you want to make sure your child learns a lesson. You don't just want them to suffer. You get what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
so a lot of people, I think, they don't want justice, they want vengeance,
Mm,
and they want people to suffer. And I don't think that is the right standpoint to come from when you're talking about a general society. Especially since Black men are disproportionately punished for crimes. And a lot, 50% exoneration rate, which means like most of the time they pretty much didn't do it. Um, they just want someone to blame.
mm,
And when it comes to that, I definitely want rehabilitation because now I know you're gunning for my brothers, my kings. I definitely want to make sure that you're trying to rehabilitate them and not just trying to make them suffer.
mm.
All right, we only got a couple minutes to wrap. So this is the last point. Go. It's number 10. We want land, bread, housing, education, clothing, justice, peace, and people's community control of modern technology. Take it away, Kwame.
Yeah, we just want the way to determine our own destiny. Stop getting in our way. Stop messing with us. Give us our land back because we own it. Stop stealing our resources and all the resources that you use to build technology. We want our resources to build our own technology. And that should be it. Just stop messing with African people. Just mind your own business and live off of your stolen land for now because
Right.
it doesn't belong to you. But we definitely want our land back and all our resources and all the stuff that you're tampering with right now and stealing.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think self determination is the entire goal. When I say self determination, I don't mean just for, on a mass scale. Individually, I believe we should be there for each other, but on a mass scale, we should be, having our own separate nation away from colonizers, imperialists, and you know, maybe Europeans in general. I don't know. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. That is the end of our video. You guys have a wonderful day.
Peace.